Welcome to Box Talk, where we dive deep into the hearts and minds behind the brands that are changing how we see beauty, community, and entrepreneurship. Today's guest is a remarkable woman who blends science, skincare, and real talk in creating her own lane. She's the founder of Naked Face, the creator of body scrubs, creams, and she also has a men's line called Man Pretty. Tracy Rookard, thanks for being here, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, Ali. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I know we did have some technical difficulties, and we did uh, have some sound issues, connectivity issues, but we're past that. So, Tracy, before we started the Naked Face, what's something people might surprise to learn about you? And well, you know what? How about this? When did you start the Naked Face / Man Pretty?
Well, interesting. They did not start at the same time. So the Naked Face originally was just by itself. It's a unisex hair skincare line. And we started it back in 2019. Now, fast forward, we started Man Pretty circa about 3 years ago. So,
Nice.
yeah. Mhm.
What was the spark, that specific moment when you started Man Pretty? Sorry, the Naked Face. That was the first time. That was the first one, right?
Yeah, the Naked Face was first. We integrated Man Pretty. It's an interesting story behind that. But
Yeah.
the Naked Face came out of a practical need for myself. I had suffered from hyperpigmentation, which is, you have dark spots in your skin, and that in my face, and they just started appearing out of like they just started appearing. So I started going to the dermatologist, and I said, "Hey, help." So she says, "Yeah, all that nice sun that you like to lay out in, you're about paying the price for that right now. When you go to the beach, you laying in the sun with no sunblock and so forth." So in any case, there's multiple ways to get hyperpigmentation, but that's a big one. In any case, so that was the genesis of it. And instead of giving me like a prescription for some fade cream and whatnot, she encouraged me to go to the kitchen and whip up a little something. And that's how it got started. Of course, I thought she was tripping. I said, "What? What?" I said, "What do you mean?" So, but that's how it was actually birthed. She gave me a couple of ideas from an ingredients perspective, and I went to work.
You know, a lot of my clients, they actually are kind of in the same boat as you are. They have a personal problem that they encounter, and then in order to counteract that problem, they start finding solutions for that problem. And when they find solutions, they start a company, they start a brand. For example, there were a couple of people on this show that actually uh, began their entrepreneurship journey with a problem. For example, there was a client who is out of Texas, Lakeisha Anderson. She started a brand called Lava Shell, which started with her mother's eczema issues. And then there is a client who was on the show as well, Syra Youssef. She's the owner of she's out of Illinois, and she owns a brand called the 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 Natural Route. And her daughter had issues with, I think, some skin issues, and then she did the same thing you did. She just went to the drawing board, found some natural remedies or some research and development, and then they came up with something, and then that specific product had a demand, and then they were like, "Hey, you know what? I'll do the same thing, and then I'll start uh, uh, filling in the supply of these products," and that's what they did. And that's a very, that does take a lot of research and development. So speaking of that, what kind of ingredients are did you use, and did your hyperpigmentation go away once you whipped up something nice?
Yeah, it takes time, for it to fade out and so forth. But yeah, it was definitely helpful. But like I said, that was the whole start of it. And what was your other question? I feel like you asked me something else.
Um, once your hyperpigmentation, how long did it take for it to go away with your own products?
Oh, it took a few months. It took a few months. And then you have to be consistent. That's the thing with I think any product is you have to be consistent. You can't go and just use something and say, "Oh yeah," and just a couple of
Of course.
couple of tries and think it's going to go away. So you have to be consistent, and it does take time. So there's
So let
no.
me,
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say there's no like magic wand that you wave and it just goes away. You
No.
have to work on it. You have to have the right ingredients, and you have to have a little patience and be steady with it.
So speaking of ingredients and speaking of working and being consistent, can you walk us through of your very first product and the formulation ingredient choices, if you from the top of your head, if you remember your very first product, the Naked Faces first product? Could you walk us through that?
Sure. It happened to be that our marquee product is our face and body scrub,
Face and
and
body scrub. Do I
yeah.
have it over here?
Look at the. Let me see. Do you have a brown label?
Label. I do. Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Nope.
Hair cream. Nope, not this one. This is cool, by the way. The
It
hair
is
cream.
cool. Oh, we'll talk about that one. But yeah.
And let me see if we have that. Not a brown label, but I have a bunch of labels. I got to tell you that much.
Yeah, it's a brown label with white writing on it, and it says face and body scrub, the best face and body scrub.
Does that is Wait a minute. Yep, I see it. So this was your first product, huh?
Yes, the best face and body scrub, and I think that's what that says there. Difficult for me to.
Yep, that's what it says. The best face and body scrub. I couldn't. I wish I had the product to show too, but 100% natural and organic exfoliates face and body for smooth, supple skin and diminishes stretch marks and cellulite. Nice, man.
Yeah, I mean they can go to you can go to our website also and you can see the full, what it looks like and its containers and so forth and so on. But the labels are very cool. Now, as far as what's in them, everything that we pronounce on excuse me, everything that we make at the Naked Face and Man Pretty both are it's handcrafted, number one. Number two, there's nothing artificial in there. They're all ingredients that you could pronounce. So there's literally nothing in any product that we make in either one of those two lines that you can't pronounce. Nothing synthetic. Period. You could virtually eat the majority of this stuff if you want. Now I'm going to leave the soap out because nobody wants to eat soap, but but as far as the products
Sorry, Tracy. I think I
themselves,
lost you there for a second.
literally,
Sorry,
they
Tracy.
are,
Hello.
and everything is all natural,
I
and
apologize for that. I think I lost you there for a second. You said I lost you at everything that you pronounce.
yeah. Oh, okay. So all the ingredients, everything that we make at the Naked Face and Man Pretty, are with all ingredients that you can pronounce. There's no ingredient that is synthetic. There's no ingredient that's artificial. Everything is all natural and organic. So everything is clean. In several of the cases, some of the cases, the products are vegan also.
Nice. For example, let's look at the face and body scrub that we have over here. It has shea butter, vitamin E, sugar, honey, and coffee.
Mhm.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
The ingredients are simple. There's, a lot of places, I guess, don't quite divulge. They'll tell you that it includes these ingredients. Well, no, it doesn't include them. That's it. Those are the ingredients. They also, most of these ingredients also have chemical names, but you want to know what that is. So we just simply tell you what it is, period. It's all, for us, it's all in the mix and how it's mixed and so forth and so on. So as far as the ingredients go, absolutely. And that marquee product is what led to the rest of the products. So once I started, once I came up with the face and body, we call it the best face and body scrub because it is. So once we came up with that, then of course we had to move on to, now I need something that is equally natural and organic to moisturize my face and body. So let me back up. Once our dermatologist told me that, I have a good friend of mine, Anissa Mateen. She had her own spa here in the local area, and then she moved. So she moved, and she and I started chatting about what I was into, what I was doing. Well, she's also a master esthetician, and
Mm.
so together, Anissa and I come up with these recipes and so forth, and we put them through testing and so forth. And then we have a dermatologist as the last step that things get processed through last before anything hits the market. So all of our products have gone through that same process. Yeah.
This is very interesting that you say pronounceability. It's not just for show, it's for actual performance. Is that correct? Because your products are able to perform if you can pronounce them. I think that's health. That's very health. You're very health conscious, and you're surrounding yourself with all natural ingredients, and it works, right? Because if there's, I mean, you can't go wrong with, for example, I'm looking at your best hair cream right here.
Hmm.
It's got shea butter, coconut oil, castor oil, black seed oil, rosemary oil, peppermint oil, clove oil, and I think that's your main goal, right? To make sure that the products doesn't have things that, like, I mean, for example, stuff I use on my face, it has a lot of benzoyl peroxide. I'm sure you know what that is.
Hmm.
Um, it just, it works for me, but like I know that I'm putting a lot of peroxides and benzoids and all these chemical names that you can't pronounce. And then eventually, God knows what they do to your skin. You know what? I'm gonna have to order some myself, Tracy, and you're gonna have to send me some, ma'am. So
Absolutely.
that's that. And
Well, watch out because you're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, oh. So you might as well count yourself in as a new customer. If once you try it, you will be back.
so my question is, Tracy, is the Naked Face a woman's brand or Men Pretty? I know is all men, but is the Naked Face unisex, correct?
Yeah, the naked face is unisex. So anything that you see over there is men, women, and it's not ethnic conscious. So it doesn't really matter what your ethnicity is. You can use those same products. Yep.
And why did you choose the name The Naked Face? What's behind the name The Naked Face or man? I get Man Pretty because you want the man to look pretty, but The Naked Face. Tell me about that.
Well, you said, let me back up to what you just said about man pretty. So it's spelled Priddy. So because most fellas, they don't want to say that they pretty, like
Yeah,
P
I
R
know. Like
E.
Floyd Mayweather used to call himself Pretty Boy Floyd. I
Yeah,
understood that he used to say with a D.
yeah, that might be a good example, but it's so it still gets the point across. So it's man pretty, you know.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
so
I get it.
as far as the naked face, the naked face is because of how what the products are. They're naked, they're clean. And so you are putting forth your naked face when you were using our products because those products again are clean and naked, they're free. So the naked face.
Understood. That definitely puts the story behind the naked face. I mean, your face is pretty much built for to just be with it, be in and of itself, just your face and nothing more. And I do get the meaning behind the name for naked face as well as man pretty. It makes sense, and I think you did. It looks great, and so does the labeling, the packaging. I'm gonna go to the man pretty later, but I'm gonna stay on naked face for a little bit. Let's take a look at one of your product here at Naked Face. Let me pull it out. So I'm gonna go on to a different one. So the Naked Face is all about skin and hair, skin, but you also have a. I showed the hair cream, and then there's a hair serum too. What does the hair serum do? I got it right here in front of me. The hair
Okay,
serum.
so you have the naked face. Inside of there, we have a product called My Hair Said Grow. And so,
My hair said grow.
My Hair Said Grow comes in like a 8-ounce squeezable like container. So you can
It
put it
says two
directly.
over here.
Say it again. Yeah. Well, you have the serum and then you have an 8-ounce cream. That's the serum. The 2 ounce is the serum. And
Yep, that's the cream right here.
hmm well, no, that one actually belongs for the hair cream. There's one called
You know?
My Hair Said Grow cream, just like that serum is. So that's 8 ounces, right? But the one that you just showed is 2 ounces. Yes. Yep. That goes on a squeezable bottle and you squeeze it directly into your scalp, right? But the point for My Hair Said Grow is for folks who have trouble growing their hair. So the
Mm,
ingredients are specifically to help to stimulate growth, to help to stimulate the scalp, and so forth. So you and again, it takes time, and then you do have to do things, use it consistently.
yep, you have
So
to apply it religiously for sure.
yeah, you have to apply it consistently. But it's designed to help to strengthen your hair follicles, and support your overall hair health. Period. So
So that's what this does. It gets on your scalp, and then if you apply it very consistently and be persistent, you'll be able to grow back your. It says plant-based, promotes hair growth, moisturizes and strengthens hair follicles and scalp. Now, the hair serum, which is the same line, my hair said grow, does that do the same thing, or does that get rid of some
the serum was
like
actually what I
like
described. I think that was the first one that you showed, so that's why I went into the description about that
oh,
hair
okay.
serum. So, and then I was just mentioning that there is a another piece to My Hair Said Grow, and it's the hair cream. So
Hair
that
cream.
serum, that serum you would just drop into your hair, massage into your scalp, and then the cream has a slightly different function, right? So you want to repair, um, restore, help your dry hair out, if your hair is over processed. And it supports healthy hair growth also. So it's a very intensive formula. Now, the difference between it and that hair cream, you had a almost like a yellow gold label in your hand a minute ago. Um,
I did.
yeah. In fact, you have the right there in your hand that right. So the only difference between that hair cream and My Hair Say Grow hair cream is one is squeezable and then the other is exactly right. So one of them is squeezable, which is My Hair Say Grow, and that one that you just showed. Some people like to be able to dip their fingers into like a cream And so that's
Mm,
what that is. It's more formated. So it's more formed. And my hair set grow has one ingredient that the other does not. And that is going to
understood.
be, yep, black castor oil. So
The this is squeezable, and these are in a bottle.
while one is in a 2 ounce droplet, that serum is exactly what what it speaks to. It's a serum. So
Serum, correct.
yep. So it comes in a droplet bottle and you
Dropper bottle.
use, uh-huh. And then you use them together or just individually if needed, or however you need to use them. But the combination of those are powerful.
Correct. The combination is ideal if you want to get the best results. Is it safe to say?
Yeah, you either use the my hair set grow cream and the serum, or you use the serum and the best hair cream, which is the one that you just showed.
Yep.
Yep.
And the
Hmm.
best hair cream is it's in a jar
Yep, that one comes in a
that looks like
jar.
this.
Yeah, looks just like that. And that comes in a 4 ounce and an 8 ounce. And like I said, the only difference between that and my hair said grow is that's a more cream that you dip, that you dip into. The other one you squeeze directly in your scalp. And there's one difference in the ingredients. Is one more
I
thing.
think we're doing sorry to cut you off. Yes, the ingredients is so thank you for telling the difference between your my hair said grow the line and the best hair cream. Definitely they have different targets, they have different goals. One, my hair said grow focuses on getting the hair back and then growing it from the scalp, deep from the roots. And if used with my hair said, the both my hair said grow, we used hand in hand with the serum and the hair cream, we can get best results.
Hmm. Exactly.
And the best hair cream that we have over here is in an 8 ounce tube, which moisturizes and repairs the hair in and of itself, not the roots, but the hair.
Yeah, all of it is to support a healthy hair growth. If you don't have a healthy scalp, if you don't have healthy follicles, if your hair is like dry, over processed, those types of things, then it just you it's just this is not a good thing. And
Speaking
so,
of, sorry,
no, go ahead.
no, I was gonna talk about beard now.
Okay. And I'll say one more thing about those hair creams. You can also, depending upon the texture of your hair, you can use those also as a hair mask. So you might have one texture type of hair that will use it, like my hair, for example. I have more of a kinky curly type of a hair, and my hair is very dry. So I use that jar almost every day, right? Because my hair just sucks it in. And you have others who have perhaps hair like you do and still use it. And what they do is use it as, let's say, a hair mask. And it promotes that body. You'll come back, you put that hair mask on about a good hot hour before you get ready to wash your hair. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Really?
oh, baby, it's beautiful.
Does the
So
job, huh?
it does the JLB. Yep. And so, and it's funny you about to mention Man Pretty, because guess where Man Pretty came from? That same yellow jar that you had in your that you showed that picture of on that display.
Right, right.
That right, that jar. Oh, that started a whole different revolution. So you had the gentlemen were going into the ladies' cabinets and going to get their jar of the best they should the best hair cream. And I don't know what the deal is, but they started putting it on their face. It's almost like when I was doing the when we were creating it and we were doing the testers, I had a girl to call me back, and I don't know why she thought that anybody told her to put it on her face. It's a hair cream. And she did, and she raved
Yeah.
about, oh my God, oh, I love this, and I love the smell, and da 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 da. But girl, I my hair, it's starting. I got hair just starting to grow on my face, and I don't want that there. I said, well, I started laughing. I said, "Are you serious?" I said, "First of all, it's not supposed to be on your face. It's supposed to be on
Right.
your in your hair. So let's go back and let's try that again."
But
So I,
that kind of
yeah,
gave
but
birth to Man Pretty. Is that what you're saying?
yes, but because I got a couple of those. I got a couple of the ladies who, like I said, the gentlemen were going into their cabinets, and I don't they just started putting it on their face. I really can't explain this, but their hair started growing. And when that started happening, and kept getting these phone calls and emails and texts and stuff, I said, really? So Man Pretty was spurred out of that.
So I got this Man Pretty box that we made for you. First of all, Aaron did a great job on your boxes. Aaron is not with the company anymore, but I will still give kudos to him. He was great. I miss him, and you know, I did speak to him a little bit about your products, and he told me that you know you should do a podcast with Tracy Rookard, and I was like, you know what, I really want to get her on the show. I really want to talk to her about her products, the Naked Face and Man Pretty. I mean, the packaging is remarkable, of course, but in some way, shape, or form, the packaging does speak for the product itself, and I could tell how good your products are. And speaking of Man Pretty, is this the version of the best hair cream, but in a beard form?
Interesting question. We have a product that is very similar to the best hair cream, and that product is called it's a straight beard cream, and that beard cream is called Nourish and Grow. And that Nourish and Grow has very, very similar
I have it over here.
yeah, yeah. So it's in the same black box. It just says Nourish and Grow, right? And so Nourish and Grow, I made kind of in the shadows of that hair cream, the best hair cream, because that's what spurred the whole thing in the first place. So,
There it
um,
is. Nourish
mhm,
and Grow.
Nourish and Grow, that is straight beard cream, right? And I'm going to tell you the difference between the others and the other products in that beard cream, right? So that beard cream has a very hearty fragrance to it, just as that hair cream does. So if you smell it, you're going to smell the cloves, you're going to smell the peppermint in there. It does eventually diffuse in both accounts, right? But you're definitely going to smell it, and those are the types of things that are going to help with the further growth. The major difference between those two products, right?
Which
The, na-
ones are we talking about here?
the naked face hair cream, right, which is what spurred
Right.
it, and um, Nourish and Grow. The major difference is I do not use coconut oil in I'm sorry, in Man Pretty. In that Man Pretty one, there's no coconut oil there, and the reason is because
Makes
that
it oily.
product. Yeah, you have no, coconut oil is fabulous and it's a wonderful moisturizer. We just at Man Pretty and the Naked Face thinks that it has its place.
I
And
got
it
some in my hair too, right
coconut
now.
oil, yeah,
Yeah,
coconut oil is fantastic in hair. You'll notice that it's in the hair cream, but it is not.
it is,
Yep,
but it's not in the
it's not in
it's not
there.
in the
And
Nourish and Grow.
nope. And the reason is I don't know if you've ever heard of something called a word called comedogenic.
I don't think I have
So comedogenic is has to do with clog pouring. I'm
clock
sorry,
pouring.
not clog pouring, but what is the word that I want to use? Plugging, right?
Clog.
When your pores. What the heck? I completely screwed that up. Yeah, your pores. There are things that you put on your skin that can clog your pores, right? And they would have a comedogenic scale. That scale goes from 0 to 5. So 5 being, it's more likely to clog your pores than not. So, for example, coconut oil is like a 4 or 5 on the comedogenic level. So I do not have it in anything that is in skincare. I'm not telling you that it's going to clog your pores. However, there is, especially if you have those tendencies, there's a good likelihood that it will, and it definitely can. So it's not in any of our skin care products. Hair care, yes. Skin care, no. So
Rightfully.
yep. And so because of that, we use jojoba oil. Jojoba oil in that product, yep, that
Yep, I see it.
treats, yep, you see it
Jojoba oil.
there, jojoba oil. Well,
You got goat milk in it too.
yeah, yeah, you're gonna feel fabulous. I'm telling you, and your hair is gonna grow. That's what it's designed to do. And that jojoba oil, though, it mimics the skin surfactant. So that hair up underneath that beard, that you're trying to grow or whatever the case is, that needs to be nourished, and it doesn't need to be bogged down with things that clog your pores. So that
Tracy, my question with these sorry natural ingredients are my question is like, of course you're having your products speak for themselves. They have natural ingredients. Does and I'm sure that a human being's diet also uh is taken in account once they put their products on. I mean, if you have a very poor diet, a poor diet couldn't because of course diet is also something that you put in your body. You got to have a clean diet in order to have a good skin as well. Now, let's say if there's two kinds of people, one who has a poor diet and the other person who has a good rich diet, whole foods. Do you think products such as your line, all natural products, would it work better for someone with a healthier lifestyle, or would it work worse for someone with a healthy lifestyle? Because, or if someone who is not eating whole foods and then they use natural products, does it work better for them, or does it work better for someone who is living a healthy lifestyle?
Well, that's a question that I can't really answer because now
Hmm,
we're going into a medical thing, and
true.
yeah, so I am not an MD, and we don't make any medical claims either. But what I can tell you is that of course, if you're eating healthier and you're using healthier products inside and out, uh, you have a tendency to your skin is looking good, your hair is looking good, but again, this is not any shape, form, or fashion me telling you that if you use our products, oh my goodness, your hair is going to all of a sudden going to start sprouting out and growing, and but you don't eat healthy and things like that. Yeah, that you need to go to have a consultation with an esthetician, dermatologist,
Maybe a nutritionist too.
maybe a nutritionist. Yeah, but it's not a bad thing to eat good. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be a medical professional to say that, it's not a bad thing to eat good.
Hmm.
And I think that does take into account, but I've this question has been on my mind for a while too, about whether or not, because so, I don't know, I'm not going to make any medical claims, but a lot of people have very poor diets, and if their diet is poor, then do you think they need chemicals to counteract that poor diet? These kind of questions I think is better answered by someone who's a medical professional. But if you have a poor diet, you're not able to sustain a good diet. Do you think your body needs to have some very harsh chemical products, which definitely Man Pretty is not, but that's my question. That's what, because for example, when I put benzoyl peroxide, I use a face wash called I forgot its name, but it has like 5 to 10% benzoyl peroxide, and it works good for my skin. I have a very poor diet. I'm not gonna lie. I eat a lot of fast food, but is I think it works well for my skin, although it does dry it up. But I've never tried natural products in my life, and I want to do it with Man Pretty. So, hey, I'm never gonna know until I give it a shot. So I guess I'll just put it to that.
Yeah, you've got that big
But
beautiful beard right there, and we have a product actually called Beard and Body, right? Because what we love over at the Naked Face and Man Pretty is a two-in-one product, right? So it's in that same black, yep, same, yep. It's called Beard and Body. Now, something like that is for you, but if you were to use the other uh, Nourish and Grow, the whole point is it will not clog your skin. And I'm sure if you're using benzoyl peroxide, you're probably using it because you have oily skin or you have acne or something around in there, right?
Yep, I
Well,
do.
yep. And so none of these products, none of these things that you're going to get from us is going to clog those pores. So that's not a factor. Um, do you i- do you need to have more than one product ingredient that is not comedogenic to say that? No, people say it all the time. Oh, well, we have non-comedogenic ingredients. Well, what I'm telling you is none of the ingredients in either one of those products are will clog your pores. Period. So yeah, I think you will like it. Now we have three versions of that. We have two fragrances, one called Cedar Leather, which
Cedar
is
and leather.
which is our
You
most
got the
popular.
unscented.
Yep.
You got the Cubano tobacco.
Yep, then the Cubano tobacco. So those are the three that we have. So for the gentleman who doesn't like any fragrance at all or wants to mix their own fragrance in, because you got a lotion, you got to moisturize your skin, right? So more than just your beard. That's why it is formulated the way it is, because once again, you use it on your beard, but you use it from head to toe all over your body. You don't need to go get a whole nother a jar of cream or lotion to lotion your feet or legs or arms or anything else. It's the same product.
And then you
And
wash it off, right? And then
no,
after you put it,
no, no.
if you leave it in.
Yeah, it's cream. It's you have I don't know what you use on your beard, but you need to be you should be using something to moisturize that hair. There's beard cream, there's beard oil, and we also have a beard oil. We'll talk about that in a second. But no, you
Yep, I
don't.
got it
It's
right
just
here.
like when you get out of the shower, you gotta moisturize. That's all that is. It's a moisturizer for your beard and for your body.
But let
One
me make
product.
sure you do not make any face wash or bodies. Do you have a face wash?
No, we don't have a face wash at this time. We have a body scrub, right? For you to exfoliate that dead skin off of your body. But at this time, no, we do not have um a body wash.
And you were body wash or face wash. You don't have that. You have things. You have products that you put on after you are done cleaning your body, and you also have exfoliates. You
Hmm.
have the things that are post post wash
Correct.
items.
Correct.
Okay. So the beard and mustache oil that you were talking about, I got it right over here. So let's talk a little bit more about that. I'm loving it. I'm loving this. You know what? Thank you for actually making me get your boxes, because we're us skimming through one by one of your products. This is very informative, and I think the people who watch this show would really, really like it and be informative about it. So beard and mustache oil right here. I got it here. After you're done with your wash, you could leave this in and make your beard flow.
Yeah, I mean, you have some folk who have just have a personal preference. Some guys like a more of a cream, they like a beard cream, and then others like a beard oil. And so we happen to have both. And so with that,
Speaking of your beard creams, right? I love the the scents that you have. I mean, just reading them makes me want to, you know, gives me some sensory feelings about the cedar and leather. My God, I mean, that is such a good combination, and so is the Cubano tobacco. I mean, that is definitely something I would put on my beard. I'll tell you that much.
oh, they are fabulous. Let me tell you, they're fabulous. They're light. They're just right. You're not walking around like, oh my God, you're smelling like a big perfume factory and whatnot. It's very subtle, nice. You're not only the skin on your body is moisturized and nourished, but that beard is moisturized and nourished. That skin on your face is moisturized and nourished, as well as the skin on your face up underneath that beard. So that is the whole point without having all of these doggone preservatives and artificial things, stuff you have no idea. We don't do recalls over here, so you've got a lot of, names out there that have had to do recalls because of their product ingredients. So, and another thing that I will mention about both of those lines, Man Pretty and the Naked Face, is none of them contain water. This is why I don't use preservatives. They are water free, and and when you have a product that is water free, all those chemicals and so forth are not necessary.
Let's move on to the next product, shall we, Tracy? We have a oat milk and honey. We have a sandalwood. What are these? Could you tell us a little bit more about? And we have oat milk and honey, and a sandalwood. Are these body creams or are these oils? Beard
They
and body, or are
are
these oils?
soap. Yep, those are soap bars, right? So they're handcrafted soap
Nice.
bars. Yep. And they're really cool. Again, we use the simplest of ingredients here, right?
Olive oil, soybean oil, coconut oil. I see them.
Mm-hmm. And in order
Nice.
for you have sodium hydroxide, that's the most difficult thing, I guess, to pronounce in there. But if you have soap, you have a process called spoonification that it has to go through, and you have to have that sodium hydroxide, but it burns off. So it's not like you putting that on your skin directly. But as far as the oatmeal and olive oil, soybean oil, so yeah, we have three wonderful, wonderful light fragrances, and they're wonderful. They're delicious.
And you also have a lemongrass. I see it right here.
Yeah, we have three. We have the lemongrass. Um, what do we have?
Sandalwood
Lemongrass,
and oat
sandalwood,
milk and honey.
oatmeal, milk, and honey. Yep. Hmm.
Nice, Tracy. This is great. And of course, these are the labels for the beard and body cream and the different scents that come with it. We got that figured out. I want to get to this product of yours, which is the body scrub, which we did talk about. So this is the unscented body scrub. How does it come in? Is it like is it gel like product, or is it more like uh I'm assuming it's going to be like a typical body scrub that you feel, or is it dry, or do you mix it with water and then you apply it on your skin?
Well, you have this scrub is a salt scrub, right? And so with this salt scrub, and then we have three different versions of that too, right? We have lemongrass, we have cedar leather, and we have unscented. So with
Yep,
this,
I got the
this
unscented right here.
mm-hmm. So once again, nothing that you can't pronounce, but we use sea salt in that, right? And it's meant specifically for the body to exfoliate, to get that dead skin off. And then you turn around and you put your Man Pretty um, beard and body on once you finish scrubbing. Yep, but that is specifically made again to, get that dead skin off, and it is real important that you do that. It helps to
I
detox your.
love sea salt, by the way.
Yeah, this is fabulous right here. You'll love it. It's got shea butter, sea salt. Remember that jojoba oil, and there's in the fragrances in here. Once again, are all natural. So there's nothing in here that is that is synthetic and so forth. So, um, but yeah, that's it. Exfoliation is
And
the
this is the beard and body cream, this huge display box that I have over here, which I've already made a video of, which I will make a video again, is the display box for the beard and body cream. It's all of your beard and body creams go on this display box whenever they're on a storefront. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that's one of a couple of them. But yeah, that one holds some 4 ounce ones and 8 ounce ones, and it lets me put different varieties on display. Yeah, we use
How
those.
was your experience, Tracy, with no, of course, this so it holds the 4 ounce ones. Does it hold bigger ones too?
It holds a two. We have 2 and 4 ounces, and it holds both of
Two
those.
and four. Yep. So I think this is going to be my next go-to product because I think I'm more of a cream guy, but I like beard oil too. So I'm going to give that a shot. I'm gonna order a bunch of stuff, see how that works out. So, How was your experience, Tracy, with all this packaging that we went through, and all your products that we went through? I mean, your products are great. You say you don't do any recalls. Your products are they speak for themselves, and the men love it. Originally, like you said, the men went into the ladies' cabinets, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna put this on our face, and you see what goes on with that. And you found huge success in the male market. Your products do speak for themselves, of course. So, how was the packaging? How was your packaging experience with half price packaging? How did Aaron make sure that your needs were being met when it came to packaging?
Well, do let me tell you that I'd already gone through several. This is a very true story. I'd already gone through several printers and all this stuff. So when I ran across Half Price, I was assigned to Aaron. And what worked out real well is that he paid very close attention to, to what our requirements were, what our needs were. And one of the things that we loved about him is the fact that he made suggestions. So instead of just trying to sell us, here's these boxes, because he's a very good listener. He listened to me say, man, we got a whole bunch for the Washington Commanders. We got to put together 500 of these boxes or whatever the case is. And I'm like, man, that would be nice to have custom made boxes, but that's going to add on a lot to the cost of these, even at a wholesale perspective, right? So he said, hmm, why don't we do belly bands? I said, well, what the crap is a belly band? So he gave me some examples. And we were like, what? Let's do it. And it dramatically cut the cost of what I had to spend per one of those boxes. I didn't have to start all over again and so forth and so on. Um, I mean, it was just it was a good thing. So we like his ingenuity, his ideas and things like that. And he's got a lot of patience. Because you get busy. You get busy and you don't always have time like right then. But he's pretty much Johnny on the spot. Will be like I mean, he was just on it. The turnaround time, a lot of times is very important to me. So that turnaround time was critical. So he was able to
Of
get
course,
in and out. Yep. And if
turnaround time is very important.
yep, and if there's something that I needed changed or whatever the case is, he handled the situation. So in short, he made because this is time consuming to make these boxes and get the design right and so forth. So his patience and his ideas were much appreciated.
Yeah, the it's and like you said, he made suggestions as well, and not only he was trying to sell you stuff, he was, of course he was, but like he was not trying to score a sale. He was trying to make sure that your your needs are being met, your products, your costs are being your cost is low and the quality is high, and all the the suggestions that he made was to make sure that your product performed well on the shelves or in the if you mailed them. And I think he achieved that. And I think you achieved that.
Hmm. Yep, yep. No, real pleasure
So
working
I think
with you.
that's a very good thing. We pay a lot of attention to detail at half price packaging, Tracy. My clients, I have a couple of clients. I've never done a podcast with my own client ever. I've always done podcasts with my colleagues' clients, but I'm gonna have a client on one day, hopefully one of my personal clients, and uh, please be sure to watch that one where you would see how I pay attention to detail and how I make recommendations to my clients to make sure that, you know what, we want to make sure that you're, because it's good for us too. Because if we make sure that our clients' products are up to par, they're good, they're the best looking as they could be, they would sell, and at the end of the day, we will get more business. So it's a win-win for both of us rather than doing a one and done type of thing. Here you go. Here's your boxes. Here's the design. We'll print it out and see you later. Take care. Hasta la vista. It's not. It doesn't work well for us as well. So I think Aaron did a great job, and I'm glad that you're satisfied. Your new account manager is David now. I did introduce him to you, and David will be working with you from now on.
Yeah, I saw the email. I haven't I think we actually may have even exchanged an email or so, but I just haven't had time to deal with him, but I'll get around to it.
I'll send out another email for with
Yeah, no,
David,
I
and
mean
he
you're
would.
fine. There's no need because I don't need him calling me right now. I need to zone in on. I do need to talk to him, but I will call him when I catch
Sure.
a breath. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I wanted to ask you challenges you faced in Man Pretty Naked Face. What challenges do you face right now as an entrepreneur owner, and you're in the beauty space? What kind of challenges do you face, right? Logistical challenges, any daily stuff? What is the specific as a business owner? I mean, what challenges do you face?
Differentiating ourselves between there's a lot of skincare products out there, a lot. The men's market really we've just been busting into, but you're talking about billions and billions of dollars literally between the two of you know that's made in on those types of lines. But so I would say the biggest challenge is that differentiation and marketing. Okay.
I would say that too. I mean, not that I have any experience as an entrepreneur. I do have my own podcast, which I do on the side, but right now, I haven't started making any money, or will I ever? But I do face some challenges in that as well. For example, finding guests. But yeah, we got to differentiate ourselves too, and see what we have to offer, what other people and other companies and other brands cannot. So I think that's one of the major things that is there. So, Tracy, where do you see the Naked Face and Man Pretty, let's say, in about 5 years? What's your next goal or next short-term goal?
My next short-term goal, um, hmm, interesting question because I am um, at some point I will set up to be an acquisition target, meaning it's ripe and ready. The Man Pretty, the Naked Face is ripe and ready for others to take it to the next level. We've got a lot of baseline things going on. We are really starting to pop over there on Amazon. Oof, things are really happening over there. Those beautiful containers. Uh, our people are loving that those boxes and labels and stuff. And it's obviously the product and whatnot. So we're starting to hop and pop really big time over there. Um, we've got a fantastic website that we have now integrated Man Pretty and the Naked Face together on that one website at the nakedface.store. And
Yep.
we've also started including here very recently men's blogs, men's skincare blogs, because men are wanting to
Hmm.
know now how to take care of themselves and we're also over on Etsy. So we're on multiple platforms, and so definitely are setting this up for for that target. So in 5 years, I would love to see the Naked Face Man Pretty. In that status where everybody recognizes that name. Everybody knows, like, bam, this is the go-to for all natural hair and skincare, and especially from that men's perspective and whatnot. That's a market that is just now being tapped, quite frankly. All right. So that's what I see. I see in the my short-term goal uh, is to continue to build into an acquisition target.
That acquisition, I'm really excited for that acquisition too. I hope that works well and it's very smooth. Acquisitions do take. I've seen that acquisitions have a lot of things going on in the back end, and I really wish that it's as smooth as possible for you. And I hope that it lands very quickly and in a very efficient manner. Do you? I wanted to ask you about your scale. So when you started, the Naked Face Man Pretty, how did you scale the business in the whole time? Where did you cut costs while expanding, uh, producing more and cutting costs? How did you scale it?
It's about those suppliers, you know, the suppliers,
Suppliers.
yeah, who's getting your what, you know, you have to be very, cost efficient with, especially in this day and time. Now we've got, you've got a lot of other things to consider, but yeah, it's really about, part of it is going to be about, uh, having good relationships with certain types of manufacturers and other vendors and so forth. So,
Hmm. And have you had any supply chain issues, especially with packaging? You did say that you had issues when you were starting off, and I'm glad we took care of that. But have you had other supply chain issues with your other ingredients? I'm sure there's a whole lot of dynamics surrounding the every product, honestly. So have you had issues like that?
well, when we first started, COVID happened shortly thereafter.
Oh, geez.
So we were so speaking of supply chain issues, oh my goodness, we couldn't find it was hard, very difficult to find for example, 8 ounce glass frosty jar. So once I found them, I ordered them in mass bulk. And so from that perspective, I still have a lot of them on hand. And um, so I haven't, that portion from a supply chain issue, I haven't had to really deal with it because the last time we had um, you know, something that could interrupt it, I really bought a lot of stuff. So it's from a supply perspective. So,
So did that bring any how did you adapt when you were having those issues? Did you change the packaging? Did you change the primary packaging of did you use those glass jars or did you
Um,
not?
it's
Go in
interesting that
tubes or
you
something?
asked that question because those Mylar bags that you showed where the scrub was, yeah, I was looking at different packaging because nobody knew how long this was going to last. So I actually considered putting using that for the beard and body cream, and who knows, down the road it might be. I was looking for something that was like biodegradable also. We already have enough plastic in the world, but what can you do with the plastic after it's been used? Can you recycle it? Things like that. So yeah, it started me looking at other avenues as to from a packaging perspective where you didn't have, that kind of worry. Yeah.
I think that's good that David would get in touch with you. We do have a lot of biodegradable options and eco-friendly options, and we can definitely look into those for you. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you could definitely bring it up to me, and I will connect you with David promptly. I think that we covered a whole lot of things in the show, more than I had expected. Honestly, I really enjoyed doing this podcast with you. I got to know you, Tracy. I want to know you on a personal level too, if you don't mind. I mean, what is your daily routine like? I mean, how do you? I mean, other than business, what do you like to do? What's your any hobbies or you might want to share with me?
Um, well, uh, I'm a business person, so I like business,
Busy
so
all the time. Aaron
always
did tell me that.
yeah, I'm always into different angles on how to do something. As far as relaxation, I mean, I play games. I like a lot of games, but those require you to think, right? And to so that's pretty much it. I just stay pretty busy with with all my adventures.
It's
as an
so hard to get a
entrepreneur.
hold of you anyway. I mean, I call you, you're like, you tell me, I'll be right there, I'll be right there. And I get it. It feels like you're always running around, and I get that from you. And I know it's one of those situations when you're really busy and you have a lot of things going on. And you are definitely one of those people who has their hands full 24/7. So yeah, it's okay to not have a hobby once you're into that in that situation. I get it. But
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
you said, what kind of games?
Well, I like to bowl and, things like that, board games and stuff like
Like to
that.
bowl? Nice.
Yeah, I don't play video games, that's what I don't
Cool.
do,
Well,
but I
thank
like
you
to
so much,
like
Tracy.
team sport games, things
You
like that.
don't I yeah, you didn't strike the kind of person who played video games. That's why I didn't ask you. I any advice you'd like to give to someone who's in your shoes in the beauty industry? I ask all my clients that. What kind of, I mean, somebody who's, starting off in the beauty industry just such as yourself, what would you like to tell that person? Or, what advice would you like to give him or her?
Do your research, number 1, do your research and know what makes, your products different from your competitors, and, just be prepared to to go in deep, and realize that, also advertising is a lot. In fact, advertising is almost everything. So, and don't give up. Just keep it moving and, have yourself a plan. So those would be the key things
Perfect.
I would say. Mhm.
Well, I'd like to thank you so much, Tracy, for coming on the show. It was a great, great show. One of the best ones I've had. I think we did have some issues in the beginning, some technical difficulties with our voice and camera issues, but I think it worked out well at the end. And I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you being our client. I value you as our client. So does everyone here at the company. Everyone knows about you. Everyone knows about the Naked Face and Man Pretty. And again, I would like to thank you for coming on to the show and really, really value your time. I do that, and I want to make sure that you're happy and satisfied. And again, I would like to say thank you for being our client and coming on to the show, man.
Fantastic. No, thank you guys. Thank you guys. You make fantastic products. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
and looking forward,
Thank you.
to a continued relationship. So this is great, and I'm looking forward
Absolutely.
to seeing this clip too.
Of course, I will share it with you. I will, if you like, I'll share it with Andreas, the whole thing. You can make your own clips out of it. We will make our own clips on our part. I'll follow up with you via email, and I hope you have a great day. Your day goes smooth. All of your business endeavors are fulfilled by your time in a smooth manner. And one last thing I want to say, Tracy, once I leave this studio, just leave it open for a little bit for the next 15 to 20 minutes. So your part is uploaded precisely because this is an online podcast. So I just want to make sure that your part also uploads. My part uploads later, but if you just leave it open for 15 minutes, mute your camera. Well, you won't have to. Your camera wouldn't be on, or your microphone wouldn't be on. But if it is on, just leave it. Just leave it on mute, or uh, your camera is already off, so you're fine with that.
Okay, yeah, I will mute it. So I'll mute it, and again, it was a pleasure. And let
Thank
me
you,
know when
man.
it's all everything is ready. We'll take a look at it, and of course, we'll put it out on our social media once you have a final cut, um, approved cut. We'll put it out on our social media too.
Of course, I will send it to you on email, and I will follow up and link up with you later regarding this.
That sounds good. Thank you so much,
Thank you, ma'am.
and CC Andrea on all of our stuff, also,
Yes,
and you've been doing that, so that's cool. Great. All right, so
will
well, I
do.
appreciate you, and I'm going to go on
Thank you,
mute.
ma'am. Have a great day, Tracy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.